Hello, this is Rick Sadler with Hit and Run Candlesticks. How are you doing? Hey, if you're interested in swing trading and following along with our Road to Wealth account, we have a 2-week trial. It's only $14 and you get 2 coaching calls. So if you're interested, get signed up. I've got 3 calls I'll be making this morning to new folks that just started up, and we'll get that coaching call going, okay? Hope to see you then. Take care. There we go. All righty, let's get going. So it doesn't look like we're getting that follow through to the upside this morning. It looks more like to the downside. So I guess the $64,000 question is going to be, will the 50-period moving average right there support price action? Currently, price is below the T-line. T-line, we're right smack on top of the trend indicator right now. Either way, it doesn't look good to me up here. So I guess that is the big question. Are we going to find support here? And we really don't know that until those bulls step in or step out, whichever. Certainly, they're not giving us a clue pre-market. That's for sure. If we take a look at the Qs, Qs are also down. Again, will we find support in this area and start moving up? IWM, that's down a little bit. Trend indicator's red. T-line's still above it up here. And what did I leave out? Oh, diamonds. Diamonds, they're right back down to that 50-period moving average. So, I mean, it could be, you know, we popped down here Friday, tested just a nothing burger yesterday, really a nothing burger today. As long as we're trapped in this area, there's not much going on in this market. Might be tough to trade for some folks, and some folks you're probably going to rock the world. Just let us know which one you are. So, again, we break down through that 50-period moving average. That's going to create some problems. If we take a look at this to the downside right there, if we look at this price action, that's possible where some buyers might come in and start picking something up right in here. Let's come over here. T2123 is still very much underwater and still signaling stay the heck away from longs. VXX is still moving up, causing a little bit of fear in the market. If we look at VIX right here on the daily chart, that is a very bullish chart at the moment, where you have a pop-up and a bullish inside day, and price is above the T-line and T-line is above the trend indicator. That has bullish mechanics right there. So if this continues this way, it will cause pressure on the market. Now, here we've got banks starting some earnings report. And here's JP Morgan, and I'm not sure I see anything overly exciting here. It could be that it doesn't need to be exciting. It just needs to hold up is all it needs. And that could hold the market up. Wells Fargo, they were down. They're coming back up here this morning. Let's see if they can hold up here. And if they can, then that might be one of those banks that's leading the way here. When's Bank of America? Bank of America's tomorrow. Citi here, really great for the banks, but what are they doing exciting? Now, it could be all the traders in the world's not woken up yet, and it could be that everybody's waiting for what? To push the button here, to make it, to push it up and get it to move. But really, I don't see anything overly exciting. I guess my point is I would sure wait till something exciting happened in the market. I know a lot of people were counting on the market being up today, and you're getting a little bit of a rude awakening this morning. So we still have to fight this candle right here, okay? And in hindsight, if we go back and just take a look at these last few candles right here, they're giving us a clue that something is not right. Now, all that means to me at this point is a pullback, which we've gotten. We're going to have to create a bottom. Buyers are going to have to come in before we start moving up. And I do think we still move up. By the end of the year, I think we see 680 anyway. But we need to create this bottom first. It's just not going to go boink, boink. It just doesn't go boink, boink. Just not the way it works. So let's look at transports, IYT transports. Transports are down. There is a very ugly candle pattern right there. And not only is it there, look at the double top we've got going on here. And now we're under the 50-period moving average. So that means with price here, price is now pointing to the 200-period moving average, or about 68 down here. That's where price is pointing to. SMH, I don't know. Who's digging that candle pattern? Anybody? I don't think so. So we're under the T line. So what is price pointing to? The trend indicator. We get below the trend indicator, the price is going to be pointing to the 50-period moving average. I think what I'm trying to point out here is a little caution needs to be had. Number one rule is don't lose your money. Sometimes if you overtrade, that's all that happens. Friday, let's take Friday as an example. Friday was a horrible day for some traders, not all traders. For some, horrible day. So you wake up Monday morning and you see us go from Friday's lows way up here. All of a sudden you get excited. Your excitement is really just desperation, all right? You know, I'm desperate to get that money back because I don't want to tell my wife or I don't want to tell my husband. Desperation to get into trades. I don't want to tell myself maybe that, you know, we lost this money right in here. And now it might be causing any more grief. Maybe the best thing to do is sit back until the market straightens itself out. We need to be on one side of this big-ass candle right here. It's that simple, okay? I can't even begin to get bullish in this market right now. Now, this line could change, but I can't even begin to be bullish in this market. Now, let me say this, and then I'll come back for a second. Bullish into this market until we get over 665.10 right here, over this high. So we're going to have to come up here, move up here, find support, then we can be bullish. Now, I'm talking about the hard right edge here. Overall, the big picture, we are very bullish, yes. But you can lose a lot of money if you keep trading long in a bullish chart if the timing is not correct. Timing is not correct right now, okay? All right, I'll stop being all kinds of negative here. I'll stop being all kinds of negative. Let's look at some charts. What I would like to look at right now today, and you know, if you guys have any, post them out there. Let's take a look at the inverse ETFs. I think this is one of the best trading tools that ever came around. And if you are a long trader and you like to trade long, these are for you. If you don't like to trade short. If the market starts weakening up and getting short, then there are an amazing amount of inverse ETFs that you can trade long, and what you're doing is really shorting the market. So SQQQQ, if you go long this, you're really shorting the Qs. So sorry, I'm playing with something here, had stuck on my finger. Let's go look at those Qs again. QQQ. If you are looking at the Qs and you see the downside possibility coming down to the 50-period moving average, or maybe even a little bit lower, but you don't want to short the Qs, or maybe you can't afford to short a $600 stock. Take a look at SQQQ, and now you're trading a $15, $16 stock, and you can trade that to the upside right there. If we just take, let's just see what this is. It's going to be pretty tight, but right there. Right back up to that 50% retracement from the high over here on the 29th of last month. That's the 50 period moving average. Well, from right up there, there's a nice little 6-7% trade in there. And if we get through that 50 period moving average, there's much more upside to this. Take a look. SPXU is another one. Looks like it might be trying to attack that 50 period moving average. Once we get through there, now what we'll do is start looking at these recent highs. How about 1575 over here? Look at those highs right there. So from this point up to that 1575, that's a nice little 12% move. Okay, so there's lots of them out there. Maybe you want to short Apple. Okay, and let's look at Apple. Take a look at Apple. Do you see Apple coming down to the 50 period moving average? Yeah. What law, what rule says that it has to stop there? What if Apple started bleeding off and made it all the way down to the 200 period moving average? But maybe you have a problem. There are a lot of people that do not short, okay? And that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people that can't afford $245 in a position to short, and that's okay too. So what we've got is an AAPD. Look at AAPD. What if we went long that for 1450, looking at that 50 period moving average as a target, and then maybe the next target up here around 1590 for almost a 10% trade. So there's lots of tools out there to trade with, and the inverse ETFs are one of those. So yeah, let's keep an eye on those. All right. A great big good morning again to everybody. Let's take a look at TMQ. Hey, look at that. Whoa, daddy-o. There's always going to be long charts. That's a sweet one right there. And you're in this already, aren't you, Roasted? I do believe you're already in it. So you rock, man. Right now, I don't see any reason why that thing can't come right back up there at $9 and even higher. Let's put that on the old flag list. Thank you very much. Good morning, Sonny. SOUX. Take a look at that. SOUX just kind of, this is what is this? Hold on here. Oh, this is the inverse ETF for SOUN. SOUX. Yeah, look at that. Trend is good. Trendicator's all green. We've rallied up. We've pulled back. We're in a 3-8 trap. The biggest hurdle, perhaps, is just getting over that 6460 area. So far, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to go look at that SOUN. Yeah, look at SOUN. I look at those both, and I'm thinking I would rather trade SOUN. I think it's a better looking chart, SOUX. But this is a double, so it'll move, twice. You'll make twice as much money, I guess. So that's a really good reason maybe to take a look at it. Good morning, yes. CRL moving up. Love the low, love the high, love the pullback. We're in the buy box right now, 3-8 trap. That looks like a nice looking trade. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. We're in a rounded bottom breakout. So based on the weekly chart, that's going to be a target. That will be a target. Let's go back to the daily chart. And there's two targets right there based on the weekly chart. I love that. Thank you. You're holding that TMX. Is that what it was? TMQ. Nice. Hey, Daryl, managing your COMP short. Sweet. Been in since last Thursday. Nice call. Look at that. Making some money. I would suspect there's still a little more downside unless this market just flips and goes the other way. Can. Look at Can go. And Dave, weren't you or somebody was talking about Can yesterday? I can't remember who it was. But right now, Can looks pretty good. Look at the weekly chart. I'm going to have to go about right there, maybe. Well, about that 200 period moving average. And that gives you about, hold the phone, everybody. Are you serious? So from right here up to there, that's 52%. I like these kind of stocks. This is what I used to trade. This is all I used to trade, are stocks like this right here. I'm going to have to buy some of this. So let's be taking a hard look at this CAN, C-A-N. Can you imagine that? I mean, it looks like a great stock trade, right? $1.44 right in here. Great little place to enter. This thing starts to break out and runs up. And if it can make it to that 214 level, that 46, in that 46-50% trade. Thank you very much, Dave. That's pretty good. Hey, I'm still holding the LAC. And LAC looks like this morning we were down. Now it's trying to come up. Maybe that'll get going. AI is the one that we talked about last night. If you liked AI yesterday, you should love AI even more today because you get a better buy in there. So I'll be seriously looking at AI today. IONQ also setting up. If you liked IONQ yesterday, you should like it even more today. So yeah, we'll be looking at some of those, most definitely. Let's take a look at, here's LAR. Take a look at LAR. Nice inside day on this. Nice pop up. Here we pull back, we break out, we're getting a little pullback. The pullback on these stocks that we just looked at, like LAR or IONQ, those are not pullbacks because of the individual stocks. Those are pullbacks because the market has pulled down a little bit. So these stocks are getting punished for no good reason. It's just what happens. When the market overall pulls back, then it pulls these stocks back. Because this little low stock is not going to pull the S&P back. But there might be other bigger stocks that are pulling it back. So these become great opportunities on these inside days, these new after this 3-8 trap or this 3-8 trap, maybe you might get another 3-8 trap in there, okay? So those are looking pretty good. Yeah. How about ACHR? What's that doing? Look at that one. I mean, beautiful little pop out of the box setting up here. We go from this low up. We've got a nice little pop out of the box right there in that 3-8 trap close to the T-line. Looking really, really good. CCL is a short that I'm holding. It still looks good. Still looking for it to get down a little closer to the dotted deuce, the modified 200, and maybe the 200 period moving average. In a perfect world, I would like to see it down here about 23.90, down at that green bar, and that would be a perfect world for me on that one. I'm still holding some TSLL, try that again, TSLL puts. Yesterday afternoon, yesterday night, last night, I'm feeling pretty bleak, thinking, well, I might need to get out of it. This morning, I'm feeling like, maybe I'll hang on for a little bit today. Let's just see what happens. See if it can float to the downside just a bit more here. Okay. Anybody have any other charts you want to take a look at? Otherwise, we will call it a morning. Hey, I want to thank everyone. We had a ton of people lock into our Discord account last night and even this morning. I want to say thank you for everybody doing that. A great big thank you for all the posts and everything. It's kind of a cool place to hang out. It's just a simple little chat. If anyone is interested in joining, you can, especially if you don't like Facebook or X or any of those. So, All righty. You guys all take care. Thank you very, very much for being here and listening in this morning. And we will see you in about 30 minutes, 35 minutes when the market opens up. All right? You guys all take care. Thank you.